This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Live Day is back, and yeah, this time you can join us. We're back to having people seeing us doing what we're doing live. Oh, yeah. November 18th at Snoqualmie Casino. That's where we're going to be.
It's going to be fun seeing some people out in the crowd again and watching us just stress out and have a giant cluster F right in front of them.
Everything is live. Sound effects, commercials, music. There's nothing pre-recorded. So what could go wrong, right? I mean, nothing.
Oh, it's always smooth. If you've ever listened, it always comes off very smooth.
This Live Day, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary. And so the Live Day's theme is the solid gold 70s, baby. Oh, yeah. So think about whatever you want to, if you want to dress up. Like, we're going to be dressing up. Tickets go on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. And you can choose from a variety of ticket options. Oh, yeah, it's going to be good, man. Live Day, November 18th, Snoqualmie Casino. All the details at KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Mix. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Mix. You're a loser. It is time for Beat Mix.
And, maybe instead of beating him, we'll be whacking him. It is Whack It Wednesday.
Whack it. Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. All right. Woo!
Whack it.
And earlier you were not Mr. Wacky, but neither was your opponent,
Mr. Tysky.
Yeah. You both tie-skied each other.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah. But we'll have to see what happens now. We've got Josh in Arlington to take you on. Josh, are you there?
All right.
All right, Steve. Get out of here. For those playing at home, Josh will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Josh, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
No Hawks.
Nice. Frank Herbert, author of the Dune series, was born in which Pacific Northwest city?
Portland.
No.
Seattle.
No.
Olympia.
No. What 2 snacks are mentioned in Take Me Out to the Ball Game?
Peanuts and hot dog.
No.
Peanuts and Cracker Jack.
Yes. What year of the early 2010s did the first Frozen movie come out?
2010.
No.
2011.
No.
2012.
No. Paul Pierce was a known professional at what sport?
Basketball.
Yes. The food chain Chipotle was founded in what decade?
90s.
Yes. Musician Drake is from which Canadian city?
Toronto.
Yes. Triskaidekaphobia is the fear of what number?
10.
No.
100.
No.
1,000.
No. In poker, what is the second strongest hand you can get?
15. Four of a kind.
No.
Straight flush.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correct.
Not too shabby.
Nope. Right down
Not
there in the
that
middle. Exactly. You're not great. You're not terrible.
I mean, whatever.
There were questions and some were answered.
Yeah.
Things occurred.
Yeah.
And now Steve is back.
Hello.
He is.
I don't know if he's ready for whacking, but
Oh boy, I'm tired.
are you?
Yes.
You were up late maybe watching an exciting game?
I don't know, maybe.
Staying for the entire thing?
Yeah, stupid kicking motion.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'd be tired and happy as opposed to tired and still happy. We have a hockey team.
Totally,
And there's
right?
81 more games. I'm not too concerned.
It was such a good game.
It was a lot of fun.
Steve, are you ready?
All right.
Frank Herbert, author of the Dune series, was born in which Pacific Northwest city?
Oh, Seattle?
No.
Bellevue.
No.
Bellingham.
No.
Spokane?
No. What two snacks?
Portland?
No. What two snacks are mentioned in Take Me Out to the Ball Game?
Peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
Yes. What year of the early 2010s did the first Frozen movie come out?
2011?
No.
2010?
No.
2012?
No. Paul Pierce was a well-known professional at what sport?
Basketball.
Yes. The food chain Chipotle was founded in which decade?
The 1990s.
Yes. Musician Drake is from which Canadian city?
Toronto.
Yes. Triskaidekaphobia is the fear of what number?
13?
Yes. In poker, what is the second strongest hand you can get?
A royal flush.
No.
Cards above cards.
No.
That's it. Moneymaker.
No. Nick Carter was a member of which boy band?
The Carter Backstreet Boys?
Yes. How many moons does Mercury have?
3.
No.
2.
No.
4.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You win, Steve. 6 to 5.
Hey,
Sorry,
faith in
Josh.
you.
Squeaked by.
You're 15 in there.
No idea.
What happened there? Yeah. He screamed. His phone sucked. The end.
Yeah.
Now, the early 2010s year that Frozen came out, you basically said everything but the right one.
2013.
Right? Yep, exactly.
Oh.
Josh did know that the second strongest hand you can get in poker is the straight flush.
Straight flush.
Yes,
Royal is the first, the best hand, Steve.
exactly.
You were close.
Hey, at least I got something right.
I know.
Well, not really, but I said a thing.
You've got one of those three answers you gave was
Yes.
exactly a thing.
I said a thing.
You said a thing.
Does anybody want to fashion a guess how many moons Mercury has?
I didn't really know they had moons, so I'm going to say none.
You would be correct then.
Oh, you son of a... Damn it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so, yeah.
And then finally, Frank Herbert, author of the Dune series, was born in which Pacific Northwest city?
I'm going to Ken Jennings this.
Okay.
I'm going to say Boise.
No. Why would you Ken Jennings with Boise?
Well, because of the fact you said Pacific Northwest City, and we said Seattle, we said Portland, I feel like you would have said like a state. You know what I mean? And so that's why I went with the Ken Jennings answer.
Okay.
Because Pacific Northwest, maybe it would have been too easy if you said, what, Idaho City? Because we said the big three. I don't know why we...
No, it's
why,
not Chimacum.
So I'm going to ask, why would we... Should we know this about him if it's not one of the big three?
You should know this.
Is it Tacoma?
It is Tacoma.
I knew it was Tacoma because Rev, like he's from there. That's so your Ken Jennings right there.
See, you Ken Jennings the wrong way with that one.
I did.
Well, it's important to the guy asking the question.
Well,
Exactly,
he said Pacific Northwest City, so I guess that's what threw me off, but it was not bad. If you said what's Washington City, I probably would have gone with Seattle, Tacoma, and then you would have had to figure it out.
I was hoping something
all right.
even more random, just to see
Good
BJ's
question.
go down the toilet like Kirkland.
Hump tulips.
Hump tulips, yes.
Oh, if it would have been Hump Tulips, I would have actually absolutely done that one.
Port Townsend.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your win, Steve.
Good job, Stevie.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. All right. So someone polled over 5,000 people, and they asked this question. If you're meeting up with someone and they text that they're going to be a few minutes late, how late do you expect them to be?
As long as they show up before the day's over.
Oh, wow.
Few minutes late. I'm gonna go 15.
That's what I
feel like that's like whenever I'm running a few minutes behind, I just assume 15 minutes is that window.
Yeah, you know what? How about you, Vic?
I was going to say anywhere between 5 and 15, just because any more than 15, then you're real late.
Yeah, the most popular answer was between 5 and 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Someone says they're running late. To me, if you show up 5 minutes late, you're on time. I'm never like a stickler for time. Like if I show up somewhere for lunch and one of my buddies like, dude, I'm so sorry I'm running late, and it's like I'm meeting him at noon and it's 12:01. I'm like, all right, no worries. And he's like, I should be there in about 1 or 2 minutes. I'm like, no, you're not really late to me. I mean, I'm not like your employer.
Right?
Yeah, that's so West Coast, man. Because East Coast, well, I don't know what it's like. I've been on the East Coast forever, but yeah, if you aren't 10 minutes early, you're late. That was always that's how I was raised, and I hated that.
Yeah, I feel like that argument applies to like work or like an obligation. I can understand that. Like you don't want to roll in right at 12 noon if like you're doing something for a job or some kind of a project. But like if I'm just meeting up with my buddies for drinks at a bar, I'm not going to get all worked up if they're not there on the nose.
The only time I get worked up is if they won't give you a table unless you're all there.
Like all you can eat sushi.
Yeah.
And we're waiting for the Rev. Not that ever happened.
No, not at all.
Ever once.
No, never. Yeah. My friends and I have this Glimpse app, and so you pretty much can't even make up excuses because everybody knows where everybody is. You just look on this app and you can tell how far somebody away is.
You're like the stalker girlfriend.
Yeah, Alan, I would never use that app with you. Like if you're like, hey, glimpse me. I'm like, nope, I'm
this.
good.
Yeah, I used to think the same way, Steve, but boy, it's really convenient because then you go, all right, well, we know what we can do whatever because, Schlemke is 15 or 10 minutes away.
Yeah, but if I say, hey, I'm stuck in traffic, I'm going to be a little bit late, that really means I haven't pulled my car out of the driveway yet. And I don't want you seeing that.
Yeah, that's a half hour late at least at that point.
The worst is when you say that and then you actually do hit traffic and then you're just like, karma just bit me in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why I love Glimpse, because you can't pull that crap anymore. It's like, look, man, you know what I mean? So, I like to, when someone is, because if somebody is like a half hour, 15 to a half hour late, that's a beating.
Do you ever intentionally show up late because you just don't want to be the first person there? Or you know someone's there and you don't want to be potentially just you and them?
I've done that before where I've been the first person at a party, and it's awkward because it was the party was supposed to be like at noon. We showed up at like exactly noon or maybe a little bit before, and nobody else showed up for like 20 minutes. And I'm just standing there like an idiot.
And they're probably still not even ready for the party to start.
No,
there's times where they're still running around getting things in order.
I was asking, hey, do you need help setting up? They're like, no. I was like, please, let me just do something so I don't look like a dummy.
Can I vacuum your house? Just give me something.
Or just wait in your car for like 10 minutes until you see another person pull up and walk in with them.
That's the thing, Vicky. A lot of my friends are doing that now. We meet at restaurants, and all of a sudden I get there and I figure, they're going to be in there. And then I get up, and then then all of a sudden all these people get out of their car.
How about the other side of that?
Waiting in their car, yeah.
How about the other side of that, though, when you're the hosts that are always on time? We've learned that, like, with our Halloween parties, we will say the time that we want people to show up and, like, do it, like, 2 hours earlier. Because at that point, it's like people always show up so late. We're ready at 5 o'clock. If we say 5 o'clock, we're ready at 5 o'clock, but then people don't show up till 7:30. And it's like, all right.
Oh, wow. That would irritate the crap out of me. But maybe that's a young person's game.
Especially if food is involved. I'm
exactly.
I'm hungry. Show up already.
So I shouldn't show up at 3:30.
Yeah. No way. If you show up at my party 2 hours, if everybody did that, like, look, a couple people, whatever, but if everybody did that, no party for you.
There's been many times when it's just me and my girlfriend and Joe hanging out, being like, where is everyone? No one likes us anymore. And then finally, 8 o'clock shows up and everyone shows up. We're like, oh, hey, we're popular again.
That's wild. I couldn't take that. That would be the last party I'd throw. 2 hours of me pissed off.
Have you guys ever had a party where, like, as the time goes on, like, the party's supposed to be starting, you're waiting, okay, people are going to be fashionably late, and then 10 minutes in, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it. And then like, another 10 minutes pass, another person, sorry, I can't make it. And at the end, no one makes it.
Oh, that's BS if they do that, the right at the party time. That's BS.
Oh, I've had that where I set up the entire house, and it was like a girl party where we were going to do like a clothing swap thing. Everyone was into it, and nobody showed up, and I had to clean up like a sad bee.
Oh, sorry,
it was traumatizing.
It's so sad.
You had to take all your clothes you didn't want and put them back in the didn't want pile.
I'm just like, crap.
You should just put them all on like a voice, like on a Skype call, and just curse them out face to face.
Oh,
while crying and eating the dip I made for them.
Well, because all of them, if they knew no one else was showing up, I bet some of them would have showed up, but they all probably thought they were the one that's going to be like, I'm just going to bag out of this and no one's going to miss me. Right. Not realizing that everybody bagged out.
Yeah, that was
minute,
great.
Unless you have a massive emergency, last minute is BS. I'm sorry. I got no time for you. That's the last party you're invited to. You're out. Last minute, guess what? You'll be no minute next time. You're not even invited. You're out. Peace.
I have no problem.
I got 1 minute left. Oh, now I got nothing left. It's a joke.
Sure is.
Who am I, Justin effing Bieber? You don't show my party?
What the
That's how it is at my house when people last minute cancel.
Sometimes I have a list of my friends and how early or late that they are when they usually show up and tell them all different times I want them to be there, so they show up together. Yeah. That person is the most organized texter ever.
It is so
Love
much
that person.
work.
That sounds like some BJ would do.
Yeah, it's totally what I would do.
Let me
You're
check my
absolutely
notes.
right.
I got this
Yeah.
person shows up typically 30 minutes late. This one shows up 15 minutes early.
Oh, yeah.
I should carry the 4.
I didn't realize my girlfriend was texting into the show. She does that sometimes.
Does she really?
Oh, yeah.
So she'll like give people different times?
Yeah.
One of my friends and we troll the hell out of the person that's always late. He canceled on us because he said, "Well, my daughter's boyfriend is having some sort of singing engagement that I have to go to." And I'm like, "But this was on the schedule. How really?" And so I was just like, "Okay, the daughter's boy." And of course, she's not dating that guy anymore. So I give him such grief. Like, you have got to draw the line with your kids. And, you can't sit there and go to every little boyfriend thing when it's like a high school romance thing that may last 15 minutes. I said, so we troll him every time because he cancels out for the reasons like that. And so we always go, and don't forget Jimmy over here. He's not going to show up because his gardener's dog is having a bris and he won't be able to make it.
That's a fair reason to miss it.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Yeah, because those gardener's dogs, man, they really want you to be there for their bris.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So that's what I do, Steve. I just troll the hell out of anybody who's constantly late or canceling.
I just don't have parties. Never have to worry about this.
Yeah.
If you don't invite anyone over, you never have to worry about them not showing up.
It's a good call, Steve. Yeah. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls, we got your texts. We'll take those at 9:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. This is where you get to pick the topic. You get to guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What is it? What's on your mind? Well, whatever it is, make sure you do it the way Steve wants you to do it.
And that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Freeman in Seattle. Freeman, you are on The Rock. Hold on, Freeman.
Freeman.
I know you'll be there.
Hey, I got a wonderful, hello, you still with
Hi,
me?
Freeman.
I got
Welcome
a
to the
wonderful
show.
disaster at work story for you.
Okay.
I think we've had
Okay,
Freeman on
great.
before, haven't we? Have we had Freeman on before?
No, I don't think you have.
Oh,
I've tried
all right
calling
then.
here several times, but I never got through until today.
Oh, well,
so-
welcome, sir. Well, what do we got? What do you got for us, Freeman?
Thank you. Okay, what I got is 2006, I was working entertainment production in Las Vegas, right? And one night, dispatch calls me up, sends me over to the Venetian Hotel, load out a show. And I'm backstage, and the talent's on stage. They're, doing the last bit of their encore. And where all the equipment boxes are there. And there's a trolley with pipe on it that's over an edge of a walkway where these guys are going to cut their legs if I didn't do something. So I hold up my flashlight, and as everybody comes off, I'm like, please watch step. The last guy comes off, and he goes, and he shakes hands with me and says, hey, thanks a lot, guy. And I said, no problem. Have a good night, Don Henley. And he turns, and he says, my name is Clint Drive. And I'm like, oh, no. Oh, God. And he just runs away, and the shop steward saw me do this. And like, I can't believe it, man. I'm going to get you a no rehire, you stupid idiot, buddy. And the whole rest of the night, everything was a disaster. Even stuff that I wasn't responsible for. Like one dumb idiot, he crashed the whole Christmas tree with lights over, and suddenly it's my fault, And I'm like, oh, man.
You brought the bad mojo to it. Yeah, you brought the bad, you called him by the wrong name. Probably, and I don't think those two like each other much, so that made it even worse.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know what I stepped into. I mean, it just, to me, it was the same song. You got one song about how to make the cocaine, which is all she wants to do is dance, and the other song about trying to sell the cocaine, which is Smuggler's Blues.
Okay.
It's the same damn thing. It's like, I just felt so bad. I insulted this guy, and I never intended to do it.
Well, there you go.
I'm just glad it stayed contained in Las Vegas instead of getting to Hollywood, because otherwise I would never have gotten hired on a crew for like a movie or TV show ever again after that.
Man, just from this call, I'm feeling like they're making the cocaine, they're selling the cocaine, and then you're buying the cocaine based on your energy.
There we go. That's it.
It all comes full circle, BJ.
Well, and he said, and Freeman said he's working in Hollywood. So Freeman, call us sometime with more Hollywood stories, and who you pissed off. That would be great.
This is a good question, because a lot of people are trying to learn about hockey. Yesterday, the Kraken played their first ever game, and somebody texted and said, "Hey, Steve, I got a hockey question. I know virtually nothing about hockey, so why did our goalie leave the net at the end of the game?" Which is a great question.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Anybody that has any sort of knowledge will take that for granted. But yeah, it's probably weird for a first timer.
He had to go poop.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it happens a lot for goalies. It happened to me, and it's just embarrassing. And no,
it was so funny you bring this up, because my girlfriend asked me the same thing, and the only reason I knew the answer was because of the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, see, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And so it's funny, because I remember one guy on Twitter. He actually became like kind of a Twitter personality, quote unquote, got a ton of followers because he was a dude that never watched hockey, and he started watching hockey and live tweeting, and some of the stuff he was saying was so funny. And one of the things he was like, "Why is the goalie leaving? What the hell is going on?" And people were having a big laugh about that. But it's strategy. Towards the end of the game, if you're down by a goal or two, you pull your goalie so you can bring another guy out on the ice. A skater, a forward, or a defenseman, somebody that can score, because a goalie can't score. So you're taking a chance by having an added advantage of players on the ice, which means one less guy will be covered. There's a better chance of you scoring a goal, but you're also taking a massive risk, because if they get the puck and get close enough to the net, or just have really good aim, they can shoot the puck in the net and score, and it makes the lead even worse. But it's a strategy that all teams do at some point. Even the game before our game, they were doing that, and it bit them in the butt, and it also worked for them. Like, it kind of goes hand in hand. Like, it's just like what happens, but it's just a strategy, and it's a massive risk, but sometimes it pays off, and I think the Kraken were hoping it would, and it didn't hurt them because they didn't score on us.
Do they sometimes do that on a delayed penalty, Steve? Will they pull a goalie?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
As soon as there's a delayed penalty, is that if the other team gets penalized but you have the puck, the whistle doesn't blow until they touch the puck. So you have the puck. So once they touch the puck, they're going to blow the whistle. So pull your goalie, because once they get the puck, they're not going to be able to score. You get the extra guy out there and you try and work. And they did that yesterday during the game on a delayed penalty, and it was that works out a lot, and that's always awesome.
Oh, wow.
I always hated that, though, when playing in beer league, because I'm not a very good skater. So when that happens, I'll be like, oh, crap. I got to get, and especially if like our bench is the other side of the ice, because of the way that you change each period. And I'm skating my holy ass off, and I'm just like, and then of course the other team touches the puck before I get to the bench. I'm like, I just wasted all that energy. Granted, in the NHL, the goalies are a little bit better conditioned.
Are they?
Just a tad. And then I'm going like crazy, and I'm like, and if I do, I'm like, don't even open the door, and I just barrel on top over the boards. I'm like, I'm just trying to help the team get the advantage, and it's just like, never works.
Yeah. It's like, we don't need it, Steve. They already touched it.
Yep.
It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Joe in Granite Falls, you are on the Rock.
Hola, bichola.
Hola, Chola. Don't forget the men's room afternoons right here on the Rock. What you got, buddy?
So, hey, this morning I caught like the last 30 seconds of whatever happened with Tim McGraw on stage or whatever he was doing.
Oh, yeah. We probably should recap that a little bit for everybody. But Tim McGraw was doing a show, forgot his words, and a couple down in front booed him for that. They may have said more, but we only heard that they booed him. And he got off the stage and confronted them. He was not happy with them. And then later on made excuses like, I have a hot wife, and I'm doing a movie, and I'm old. It was like pretty much.
In a nutshell,
I don't know if you guys remember 2008. 15 years ago, I can't believe it's been 15 years ago. My buddy and I went to Tim McGraw at the White River.
And
dude,
that'll be all.
If you're going to say bad things about Tim McGraw, we're just going to hang up on you. Oh,
hold on. Yeah. Are you still there, Joe?
Are you there?
Yeah, we lost you for a second.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, we lost you, but you're back. So you went to White River Amphitheater to see Tim McGraw. That's what we got from you.
Right. And my buddy, we had third row seating. And we're going up to our seats. I think he was playing Indian Outlaw or something like that. Anyways, so we're getting our way up there, and the video is still on YouTube. And Tim McGraw is yelling at another guy other than my buddy. So Tim McGraw grabs that guy by his shirt, and if you watch the video, My buddy is right next to him. I'm like behind him. And the guy was like, no, I wasn't doing it, and blamed it on my buddy. I called you guys a long time ago about this. But if you pick up watch the video. So Tim McGraw is trying to pull my buddy up. Mm-hmm. My buddy's like 5'10", 260 pounds. He's quite portly.
He's beefy.
He's beefy. So it takes like 4 or 5 of his guys to pull him up on stage. And my buddy was like, hey, he kind of throws up his arms, and Tim McGraw rears back and, cocks his arm and is going to punch him right in the face. He was all over all the country stations throughout
I'm looking at this video right now.
I forgot about this.
Wow, I totally forgot about this, but it was like 15 years ago. So Tim's got a little bit of a temper, and how about he targets the wrong guy?
Yeah, he absolutely targeted the wrong guy.
Damn, that sucks. I mean,
because he wears those shirts with no sleeves. He just wants to show off his dominance.
That's really what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, nowadays, man, that was 15 years ago. Pulling some dude up on the stage like that against their will. Wow. I mean, man, times have changed. You do that today, Tim McGraw, and you're losing some cash because you just can't be pulling crap like that. Wow. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. Whatever you want to talk about, we got more of your calls. We got more of your texts. At 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Brad on Whidbey Island. Brad, you are on the Rock.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Not too bad, Brad. What you got for us today, buddy?
So I wanted to talk about the Kraken, but before, can I do a quick shout-out? Would that be okay?
Whoop, whoop. All right.
To the sweetest and sexiest redhead on Whidbey Island. I love you, baby.
Is it Jessica Rabbit?
What's that?
Jessica Rabbit?
No, not Jessica Rabbit. That'd be a cartoon, Steve.
Still sexy. Wow. What's her name?
But yeah, I get where you're coming from. So let's talk about the Kraken a little bit.
Okay.
Did any of you guys see, and I don't think it showed it last night, the beginning of the game, the hologram scene?
Oh, so awesome.
So sick. And if you guys out there listening have not seen it, look it up on YouTube. I'm sure it's on the Kraken website. It's so filthy. And the guy who actually did that, we hired him to do the beginning of all of our games. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I did. That's the part where people are like, man, I hope Seattle's going to be something like this. I'm like, the same guy that did all the Vegas pre-game insanity that they're known for is now working for the Kraken. So
absolutely.
Although I was laughing because I'm watching that and I'm like, I wonder if like the Kraken team that's putting together the opening game, the home game entertainment are like, damn it, they stole our idea with this giant Kraken on the ice because it looked amazing. And I wish they
so cool.
It's on Aaron Levine's Twitter from Q13 or Fox 13. We've shared it on our social media as well. I wish they would have showed that on TV because I thought that just added such a cool element. I get it. The game before went longer than they thought, but
that's probably why.
Oh, that was so awesome! And I
just want to shout that out, let everybody know, and get ready for that at the home games on the 23rd. It's going to be sick.
I can't wait to see what they're going to do at home. I really just can't wait. It's not going to be traditional. I feel like it's going to be on par with Vegas.
Yeah, that was impressive. That would have been. Imagine being in the arena, being able to see that live. Man, that's cool,
dude. It's like a rave happening at the Vegas games. Man, they got like dance parties. They've got crazy mascots that look like partying dinosaurs. I don't even know what the hell that guy is.
Right?
They got like this giant like wall with like fire.
Yeah, the fortress is pretty.
The fortress.
Yeah, the fortress is amazing. But you know what? That's Vegas style. I'm really fascinated to see, because obviously Vegas is a spectacle, and whatever you do there, it's got to be a spectacle. I am excited to see what we do that is this Seattle style. Because like they said, they hired the same guy, so it should be fun.
And then the mascot's name is Chance, and what the hell is he?
He's
like a monster?
Gila monster.
Gila monster?
Gila monster. Gila, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I would have called it Gila as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Is that a dinosaur, or what the hell is a Gila?
It looks like it's a reptile, obviously.
It's Gila monsters are what they used to use back in all the old movies when they wanted to scare people, making them think they were dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's a venomous lizard native to desert areas in the southwestern U.S.
Yeah, like New Mexico.
Yep,
exactly.
They're all over the place.
Apparently Vegas as well, I guess.
Yeah.
I would see them in all my old shows, man. Like, they go, oh my God, it's a dragony creature. And then you see this Gila monster and you go, all right.
I just thought he was an unemployed dinosaur from Land of the Lost, and they found him a gig at the Vegas games. I was like, that's cool, man. Everyone goes to Vegas at some point.
So he is a desert creature. I guess that's
cool.
why he's there.
Yeah.
All right,
but then they also have like a guy that's on the ice that looks like a knight. I mean,
I thought that was their guy.
They got both, and then they got all the dancers in the stands that distract you when they're talking about players, and in the background they're shaking their booties.
Yeah, I know. It's Vegas, man. It was Vegas style.
I'm glad though.
Oh man, we missed being able to go to that game, Steve. Because
dude, I like to forget that even happened.
We could have been there to see that whole thing.
Could have.
I already hated Vegas for that. Now I hate them even. No, I didn't hate them at first. Now it was funny though because someone even asked, "Hey, did you think that last goal was a kick?" I know he angled his skate, but lifted his foot off the ice right before it looked like a kick. Dude, I felt like it wasn't a goal. I was kind of surprised that they let that one in. But I understand it's a massive gray area when it comes to what is a kick and what isn't. And it's like what looked like a minor kick. Maybe that's not enough of a kick to be deemed a kick. I don't know. But it was a bummer that the game ended because of a questionable goal like that. Or not ended, but that was the goal that took the lead.
How do they do that, Steve? Is it what's called on the ice and then it has to be overturned? Or do they review all goals? Because we know how they do it in other sporps.
Yeah, they got I think they're based in Toronto or something.
Yeah.
They check with the guy that's like ahead of their rules and stuff, and then they'll be like, yep, that's a goal, or nope, that's not a goal. And they consult with the referee as well.
Interesting. Okay, so because then it had to be a judgment call, and there's no doubt. And then
they also do the inconclusive in some situations. Not with this one, but like this one felt like it was a kick. I know it was a minor kick, but I don't know. It looked like you watch and he jacks his leg for a little bit to kick it in.
There was a little flick there. Like he kicked. He moved his foot.
But I was like, maybe I'm biased because I'm obviously rooting for Seattle. That's my team. So I go on social media, and man, I did not realize how much of a hatred everybody that's not a Vegas Golden Knights fan of hockey is towards Vegas Golden Knights. Like, yet again, the NHL's babying this team. They're just trying to force them to win a cup. Like, there's just such a narrative of people hating on Vegas that aren't Vegas fans, of course. And I thought that was kind of funny.
It is, and to me, because Vicky showed me the video over and over again, and
he's flicking his leg.
You see that little flick?
Yeah.
How do they miss that? That's,
they didn't miss it. It's a conspiracy.
Well, they said that's not enough of a kick. That's the part that gets weird. It's a kick, but not enough of a kick.
Yeah, that's BS. I feel like if you use your skate or your hand and you forward the puck in any way, shape, or form that ends up in the net, I feel like that shouldn't be a goal. If you move your hand in a forward motion or even a slight kick that propels the puck in a forward motion that goes into the net, that can't be a goal.
I did think it was funny that there's a bunch of people on social media like, oh, Seattle, you lost the game to Vegas because the ref screwed you. is this your first time playing hockey? And then other people are like, stop showing this clip. I come here for hockey clips, not soccer clips. And I was like, that's pretty funny.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, well, the good news is that if Vegas is hated that much because, if everyone thinks they're being babied, then maybe we'll get some love. They'll send some mojo our way. Let the Kraken upend these guys.
Dude, I've seen a lot of love outside of Washington because I follow a lot of stupid things on social media with hockey and stuff. And I've seen a lot of people are like, Seattle's my second favorite team now. A lot of people just are endeared to the team, I think, because of the jersey, the way things have been put together. There's just something about it that's been very endearing, which is kind of fun to see that, somebody in Chicago is like, oh, yeah, I'm obviously I'm going to root against them when they play the Blackhawks, but I'm rooting for Seattle. I like the team.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It is really one of the sharpest looking logos and unis out there in sports. It's so well designed. It looks really good.
Especially on the ice.
Yeah.
I thought I was a little that logo's really big when I first saw them put it on the jersey. But when you see it on the ice, obviously with all the padding that the players wear, it's perfect. It looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
But the other big story, of course, BJ, is
a big story.
A man went to space. And that person is...
I can't believe it.
William Shatner. And somebody wanted to know, did you catch the interview that William Shatner did with Jeff Bezos afterwards? And he got emotional. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, no, I haven't heard this at all. Do we have it?
Rev grabbed it. So, yeah, we do have it.
And you're into black, and you're into, it's mysterious and galaxies and things, but what you see is black. And what you see down there is light, and that's the difference. And not to have this, you have done something. Whatever those other guys are doing, I don't know about that. What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I'm so filled with emotion about what just happened. It's extraordinary. Extraordinary. I hope I never recover from this. I hope that I can maintain what I feel now. I don't want to lose it. It's so much larger than me and life. And it hasn't got anything to do with the little green planet, the blue orb, it hasn't anything to do with that. It has to do with the enormity and the quickness and the suddenness of life and death. And oh my God, it's so happy.
Yeah, he's tearing up, talking about the enormity of the Dong ship. And who's the woman moaning in the background?
I don't know who that is.
I thought there was a turtle there. It sounded like the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what's William doing while he's talking?
You gotta shut up when you're using a phone. I think that's what it was.
Yes.
You're the closest to the microphone. You got to shut up.
No, I'm okay with her. She's having a happy moment when they're talking about the enormity of the massive.
Well, the dude's 90, and, at that point, how many years, days, whatever you think you have left, very reflective time in your life, I would imagine. And then to be given that experience?
That is a surreal moment to be Jeff Bezos. Like, here you are talking to Captain Kirk, and he's getting emotional because of something that you provided for him.
And he said that he saw, it was mostly black, which is interesting because at night we can see so many stars, but he said all he saw was black and then basically the Earth. So that's it. That wasn't. I didn't expect that. I thought you'd be able to see some stars.
Well, in all fairness, he's wearing an oversized hat. I think the hat just fell over his eyes.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. I keep looking up. Yeah. Well, that ended and went exactly as we all hoped for. As William Shatner, Captain Kirk, goes up to space, comes back, and has a very emotional journey and obviously life changing. And he hopes he never loses how he feels, at least how he felt in that moment.
Well, for the time being, until someone that's older that goes up there, he's the oldest person that's gone to space.
And to think, when you to get that viewpoint for real, to realize, wow, we're all on this planet together. I could see it. Boy, it just makes everything that we do on the planet. It can dwarf it. I can somewhat understand maybe part of what he's going through, which is really cool. And Captain Kirk.
Well, it's like when people, and it's way smaller level because one's going to space, the other one's just going to a random tourist attraction. But when people talk about going to the Grand Canyon and they get emotional just to see something as epic as that, and I'm like, whatever. But I've never been there. Maybe if I do end up going there, that would hit me in the same way. But I think there's certain things where you're like, okay, I think I'm prepared. But I don't imagine he's like, that's going to be cool to go to space. But he probably didn't realize just how cool it was until he was way up there and he's actually in space.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine what that would be like and how that would affect me. But look at that. 90 years old, and he seemed like he was in decent shape. So it looked like it was like Neil deGrasse Tyson said. It was just like riding a roller coaster.
He didn't pull our last name in his pants, so that's good.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Wow. All right, there you go. Jeff Bezos taking Captain Kirk up. Who's next? Buck Rogers? Who's next?
Is he alive?
I think Gil Gerard's alive.
I love how you just had the name ready to just throw out.
Yeah,
just knew it.
Of course. I mean, just like you have your hockey people,
True.
and your wrestling guys.
Yeah, Buck Rogers, Gil Gerard is still, but he's got a couple of years. He's only 78.
Yeah, 78. He's nothing compared.
He's got a little while till he can actually go up there and be the oldest.
Compared to Billy the Shatner.
I feel like I'm about to hit my quota of saying how young William Shatner looks in a week again. Because I'm looking at that picture of Buck Rogers, and he's 20 years younger than William Shatner, or 15 or 16 years younger than William Shatner, and he looks like he's 30 years older.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Botox or a little bit of weight really does help. It does help you look better when you're older. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Wow. Okay, that's disturbing.
All right, someone wanted to ask a quick question for us.
All right, do it.
It says, I like to dip my fries in blank. You can't say ketchup. For me, it's tartar sauce. What do you guys do?
Tartar, yes, all the way.
Oh, ranch.
Ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Ranch. I'll go ranch more than ketchup.
Yes, 100%.
Ranch is for tater tots.
Ranch is for tater tots.
Which is basically a French fry.
Yeah.
Basically, but not. There's a key difference there.
What's the difference?
The shape.
True.
Okay, there you go. I mean,
That's about all I got.
Yeah, I can't really argue there. Yeah, what do you dip them in? You know what? A honey mustard once in a while, kind of like. On my fry?
A barbecue sauce sometimes, underrated.
Oh, good call, Steve. I'm changing it. Barbecue's better.
What about you, Vicky? When you dipping your fry in? I know it's a personal question.
Actually, I really love the combination of ketchup and A1 sauce.
Oh, God.
I haven't tried the A1.
Wow, it's something my mom did once when I was a kid and I saw her do it. I'm like, well, let me try this. And every now and then, just for the nostalgia purposes, I'll do that. And it's really good.
Might have to try
that.
Yeah. It's got the little kick to it. It's tangy. It's really
Vicky's
good.
Mom?
I mean, speaking of barbecue, quick shout out to the Albertsons on Canyon and Puyallup.
Really? What's going on with the Albertsons?
I mean, not all heroes wear capes, and they've decided to now sell little Sweet Baby Ray's, the barbecue sauce, in like little dipping packets.
Really?
Like little, little sauce packets. It's great for their chicken tenders. They recently made the switch, and I'm very happy with it. I didn't even know that was a thing.
See, for chicken tenders, I'll mix ketchup and some of that Sweet Baby Ray's. Like, we've got some at home, so that's just that's game changer right there. With
now you got the Albertsons in Puyallup that's making it happen.
Yeah, I might go to Puyallup just for that.
It's 53 cents well spent, Rev.
All right, good to know.
All right, big question that has to be answered now that we've covered that. What do Ryan Castle and Michael Myers have in common? I'll tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and Michael Myers have in common?
I have an unhealthy infatuation with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Don't we all?
Still.
Yeah. Can't blame you.
Someone said Vicky wants nothing to do with either.
Yeah.
That's not true.
They both scare the pants off Steve. Ooh. And they both have an infatuation with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, see, look. There you go.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a dude. His name is James Jude Courtney, and apparently he is the exact right guy to play Michael Myers in the new Halloween trilogy because he has experience hanging out with legit murderers. James said he prepared for an earlier role as a killer by living in a psych ward with paranoid schizophrenics who had actually killed people.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Later on, he was writing the life story of a guy who had worked as a hitman, and for a while they actually lived together. And during that time, he taught James how to murder someone properly.
This isn't the sort of thing you share on a first date if you want to have a second one.
Yeah, you just say, I'm an actor.
Right.
That's an end.
So what advice do you get from a real killer? And the guy said, Get in, get the job done, get out.
Yeah, that's my sex life.
I was going to say, that sums me up in college.
Ryan Castle, he has got a 12-pack. He's next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Someone said, in case you guys don't know, Shatner on his way to space right now.
And I wonder if Shatner paid. I know he was invited. Shatner's got
I wouldn't
cash.
charge him.
But then you're the other people sitting in that thing going, I wonder if Shatner paid. I would. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you be like, you think Shatner paid? Oh, damn it.
No, I would think, of course he shouldn't have to pay. He's William Shatner. He's Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk should
If
not
anything goes wrong, we have a captain sitting with us.
Oh, is that how that works?
Who's familiar with space?
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.